that we know has been very dear to you and personal to you. And I'm glad you mentioned your Chief of Staff, Megan, because over a decade ago, you and she would talk about this project incessantly as we were both on the Assembly soccer team. And that's also the reason that I could tell you bluntly that it wasn't the lack of a stadium that kept you out of the pros. True story, I had more goals than him. And I was rotten. And with that, I vote aye on all, with the exception of M36 and M37 and the accompanying resolutions 353 and 354. Thank you.
Thank you. Abreu.
Aye.
Ariola.
Aye on all with the exception of M36 and 37 with accompanying resos 353 and 354.
Aviles.
Aye.
Ayala.
Aye.
Banks.
Aye.
Botcher.
Aye.
Brannan.
Aye.
Brewer.
Aye.
Brooks Powers.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
I just wanted to take a moment to congratulate Councilmember Moya on a major win for his community today and seeing through a project over the finish line that has dated back a number of years. So just wanted to say congratulations. I also request that I be added to 126A and 127A, and I thank Minority Leader Borelli for leading on those bills alongside Councilmember Riley.
Thank you. Caban.
Aye.
Carr.
I vote aye on all except I vote no on pre-considered M's 36 and 37 with the accompanying resolutions.
Thank you. De La Rosa.
A moment to explain my vote.
Permission granted.
Thank you. I obviously am supportive of everything before us today, but I want to take a moment to also congratulate my friend and longtime colleague, Councilmember Moya. We served in the state legislature together, and I, like our minority leader, have had the conversations about the stadium for over a decade, and I just want to congratulate you for your tenacity, and to your family who's here today. I want to send my well wishes and tell you that I know that your father is proud of you. Aye on all.
Thank you. Dinowitz.
Congratulations, Councilmember Moya and Megan. And I vote aye on all.
Feliz.
Permission to explain my vote.
Permission granted.
Briefly, just want to congratulate colleague Councilmember Moya. I know you and your community love soccer, so congratulations on making a brand new soccer field a reality for your community, a soccer field that's going to be enjoyed for many, many years, many generations. A big win for your community and for Queens, and a big win for the city of New York. I vote aye on all.
Thank you. Gennaro.
Aye.
Thank you. Gutierrez.
Aye.
Hanif. Hanks.
I vote aye. Congratulations, Councilmember Moya.
Holden.
Aye on all except M36 and M37 and accompanying resos 353, 354, which I vote no. Thank you.
Thank you. Hudson.
Aye on all with the exception of M36 and M37 with accompanying resos 353 and 354. And I'd also like to be added to intros 126A and 127A. And congratulations to Councilmember Moya.
Do you abstain? Vote no?
Oh, sorry, abstain. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Joseph.
Aye on all.
You got it. Krishnan.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
Since the 2008 rezoning vote of Willard's Point over the twists and turns of this project, we have seen a massive reduction in the amount of housing it will produce. Originally promising over 5,000 units, we now see that number divided in half to make way for a commercial soccer stadium. A soccer stadium that will be controlled by one of the wealthiest men on the planet, whose riches were generated by a monarchy exploiting and suppressing its people and its land. The economics and public value of this transaction must be questioned. This is a bad deal for New York City, and it is a terrible precedent for land use. A stadium on public land, subsidized by hundreds of millions in public funds, is not a good deal. This stadium will not be paying property taxes, it will not be making payments in lieu of taxes, and will pay almost nothing in rent over the next 50 years. And for what gain for our city? The project offers anemic job creation and a glaring absence of any meaningful community benefit, including for Flushing Meadows Corona Park. A development on city-owned land requires special scrutiny. We must have clear goals and serious oversight mechanisms to protect the public's interest. The tremendous expenditure of public funds anywhere should guarantee a direct and public benefit. We must seek to solve the problems of our time, and we must meet the moment we live in. We do not have a stadium crisis in our city. We have a housing crisis. We have a crisis of unemployment and extreme inequality in our Black and brown communities. And we have a climate emergency that gets worse every day. This project fails to address any of these urgent concerns and squanders an opportunity to use these scarce public resources for the people of New York City. For all these reasons, I vote no on LUs 30 through 34, and aye on all the rest. Thank you.
Lee.
Aye on all.
Lewis.
Aye on all.
Mamarato.
I vote aye on all except M36 and M37 and in the accompanying resos 353 and 354.
Thank you. Marte. Aye. Mealy.
Aye.
Menon.
Aye.
Moya. I proudly vote aye. Narcisse.
I vote aye.
Nurse.
Aye.
Osei. Aye. Palladino.
I want to just say to Councilmember Moya, what does it feel like, Francisco, to lasso a dream? Because that's what you did today. You lassoed a dream. And I couldn't be more proud of you, and I couldn't be more proud of your efforts. And to your father and to your family, I congratulate you all on a tremendous victory. With that, I'd like to vote no on M36, 37, and 353, and 354. Congratulations to you. And aye on all the rest.
Thank you. Powers.
I vote aye.
Wrestler.
Aye on all.
Riley.
Aye on all.
Rivera.
Aye on all.
Salam.
I vote aye.
Salamanca.
Aye on all.
Sanchez.
Congratulations, Councilmember Moya. I vote aye.
Schulman.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
Thank you. I'm a proud sponsor of Intro 126A and Intro 127A. I, at one time in my life, worked for the Emergency Medical Service on the non-medical side, but my late partner, Adelaide Connaughton, was a lieutenant and a proud emergency medical technician, and I know what she went through. And in honor of all of the emergency medical service workers who rush into danger while we run away from it, I'm very proud to provide them with tools and information on how to protect themselves when they go into emergencies. Thank you. And I vote aye on all.
Thank you. Stevens.
Aye.
Ung.
Aye on all.
Vernikov.
Aye on all except no on M36 and M37 and accompanying resolutions 353 and 354, and I abstain from Reso 331. Thank you.
Williams. One. Yeager.
Aye on all with the exception of M36, M37, resolutions 353, 354, no on Introduction 69, and I abstain on Resolution 331. Thank you.
Zhuang.
I vote accept no on M36, M37, and the resolution 353, 354.
Thank you. Farias.
I vote aye on all. Congratulations, Councilmember Moya.
Speaker Adams.
Councilmember Moya, long time coming. Very long time coming, my friend and colleague. Your dad is extremely proud of you, and those of us who have an understanding of what this means to the entire city, not just to the borough of Queens. The first soccer stadium in the entire city. So it's not a Queens thing, it's a New York thing. The #1 sport in the world is coming to Queens because of your vision. Congratulations, my friend. I do vote aye on all.
All items on today's general order calendar are adopted by a vote of 48 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 0 abstentions, with the exceptions of M36 and Reso 353, which was adopted by a vote of 38 in the affirmative, 9 in the negative, and 1 abstention. And M37 and Resolution 354, which was adopted by a vote of 38 in the affirmative, 9 in the negative, and 1 abstention. And land use items 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and accompanying resos, which was adopted by a vote of 47 in the affirmative, 1 in the negative, and 0 abstentions. And introduction 69A, which was adopted by a vote of 47 in the affirmative, 1 in the negative, and 0 abstentions. And resolution 331, which was adopted by a vote of 46 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 2 abstentions. And I promise that's it. Now